Trojans Live. This segment of Trojans Live is brought to you by Allstate. The Trojans are in good hands with Tyler Petite, career-high 79 yards receiving on Saturday in the win over Utah. 2 touchdowns in that big comeback. 3 of the 4 touchdowns were scored by tight ends, so a good game for tight ends for the Trojans. Jordan Moore, John Jackson, Tyler Petite. We just heard that first one. You were wide open on the first one. Is it almost a weird feeling to just sort of run? You're like, nobody came with me.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, we obviously game planned it into what we wanted to do, but when I went out and I just saw both of those guys going, I knew I was going to get it, but I didn't know that it would be that wide open. So once those guys came, I kind of knew I just had to really get on my horse and get in the end zone for Sam. So.
I was going to say the horse was my next question. You feel that heat behind you a little bit? You start to zigzag, just trying to throw them off the path.
Yeah, I'm not really used to having guys chase me down, so. Having that guy come up behind me, I was just doing everything I could to get into the end zone, and it was a good feeling, though, for sure.
You would have heard about it from the teammates if they had got you at the one.
Yeah, no, that was probably the second thing in my mind. I was like, I better make it in.
That's called motivation.
I'm not going to hear it.
Monday film room motivation.
Yeah. So is it a situation where you finally sat your roommate down and Sam down and said, look, I need the ball more? Is it one of those things? And when we talked earlier in the year, I gave you some advice that that's what you should do, just put the hammer on him. But, what is it about your guys' relationship? I mean, not only just on the field, but off the field as well.
Yeah, I mean, on the field, I just do everything I can for him. I think that was one of my things going into the offseason is I wanted to be a target that he could throw to. I mean, we had a lot of guys leave, especially wide receiver-wise, and having T-Mac leave, and obviously having Daniel be hurt, so I wanted to be a guy that he could trust and he could be able to go to. And, I mean, off the field, obviously we're roommates, and, I see the guy every single day, whether it's in the McKay Center with football or if it's just at home and, we're watching a Dodger game or something like that. So just being able to be around the guy and just kind of know each other's tendencies on and off the field I think is really important, and it's something that I think some people overlook sometimes, and just being able to know a guy off the field can actually really help the on-field play. So just being able to help him however I can is kind of my main goal.
We heard about it from coach's perspective. What about the player's perspective? What was the conversation like at halftime? I mean, you guys know that you're better than the mistakes that were made in the first half. What was the conversation like, and what do you think got you guys sparked for the second half?
I mean, we just needed to be better, and I think as a team we know what we can do, and it really sucks to kind of see the mistakes that we make and kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. I mean, we have a couple red zone drives that are brought short because of fumbles and turnovers, and it's just things that aren't really like us, and it's things that obviously we don't practice. And going in at halftime, we knew that that's not who we were, and we kind of just Cam and Chenna kind of just got in our faces, and not in a bad way, but just saying, like, what are we going to do about this? And also just go have fun. I think in games like that, you kind of lose sight of the fun of the game, and when things are really going wrong, guys are kind of getting down, and Cam just looked at us and he's like, let's go have fun. I mean, this is still a game at the end of the day. Like, we all came here for the love of the game, and that was kind of what we just did. I think at the end, I mean, you saw guys just going crazy on the sideline, and that's just kind of the momentum that you need. You need it from everybody, and having guys on the sideline that don't necessarily play, it's still just as important to have them and really have them hype everyone up. I mean, it's huge.
We're talking about your receiving exploits on Saturday, but also you're part of the offensive line as well, a key part of the offensive line. What is it about that unit now? I mean, it's changed, obviously, from the beginning with a couple of guys going down and Chuma being out and, Vianney, of course, being out. But how is that camaraderie sort of coming together for you guys? I mean, you're obviously a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think that's something different about this team. We have a lot of guys that are just really close with each other, and especially on the offensive line. I think Coach Back said it best today in our meeting. I mean, the point of it for these freshmen, these young freshmen, is if a guy goes down, we need a guy that can come back in and make it look like nothing's changed. And that's just kind of the culture that we're starting to grow here, and have these older offensive linemen really bring in these younger guys and just make them feel a part of the family just like anyone else. It's not a separate divide between the older guys and the younger guys. Like, they're just waiting their turn. I mean, we got to bring everyone along, because if something happens, like with Chuma or with Vianney, like, you need a guy that's ready to go and can produce for us, because at the end of the day, it's all about the team.
And something happened with Daniel. He missed most of the season so far, and sure enough, Eric Romanhoek came in, but Josh Fowler's really come on, touchdowns in back-to-back weeks. What have you seen from Josh that's got him going in the last couple of weeks?
I mean, he's just an incredibly athletic player, and the coaches see that, and they're trying to put him into the game plan where he can thrive. I think that's the biggest part. coming in as a freshman, like I had to play right away, and it's something that was really difficult, and I'm really glad that I did it because it made me into the player I am today. But I think the best thing for Josh right now is that they can kind of put him in the offense where he is really strong right now, and he's not, you know, going in and it's like, all right, well, we don't know if you can do this, but we'll just put you in and see if you fail or not. And that's not the case this year, and that's really good for him. I mean, just being able to see what he can do on the field, because you can do whatever in practice, but it's nothing like in the Coliseum with 80,000 people screaming for you. So really happy for him, and I'm just psyched for what they're doing for him on the field.
You know, the first touchdown was the easy one. The second one I thought was very difficult. I mean, you obviously had to catch the football. That was in between. I mean, that barely made it in between two defenders. I thought that they were going to, you know, knock it down or something. You did a good job of keeping your concentration. Did you see the same thing that I did in terms of a very tight window that ball got through?
Yeah, I saw the guy that was guarding me. I mean, they were playing man-to-man, and then as I kind of drifted back, I was just kind of making my way to open space, and I really didn't see the guy coming from the left, to be honest with you. And I saw Sam kind of make his escape, and he threw the ball, and I was trying to concentrate on it and ended up catching it, and then I saw that guy just kind of zoom by, and I was like, I was kind of thinking, like, as I'm running to the sideline, I was like, I was this close to,
I thought you were toast myself, but
yeah.
I was like, look out.
Well, that's your first experience in Notre Dame. You looking forward to going back?
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere is unbelievable. The first time we went, obviously not the outcome that we wanted, but it's a really great
You get one more shot at it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, looking forward to it, Tyler.